Did you hear about the Menendez case?
No, what is that?
That's the biggest case right now. Most controversial murder case in probably history.
I've never
The
heard of
Menendez
it.
brothers.
Menendez brother. Nah.
Bro, the reason it's controversial, I'm
Yeah.
gonna save the plot twist for the end because I'm just gonna want to
Yeah.
give you the details right away.
Okay.
But pretty much what happened, there's these two brothers and they grew up under their father, Jose Menendez. They also had a mother, but their father specifically was a very, very rich man. And he was the type of dad that pushes you to do the best of the best. You can't lose. And they ended up growing up in that atmosphere where everything they have to do has to be the best, has to be good, has to be almost very preppy, right? They were kind of spoiled growing up. And obviously there's the rich kids on the block. As a way to kind of rebel against his father and kind of rebel against everything they got put into, what they did, they decided to rob houses in their neighborhood. They were able to rob one of these houses and they robbed over like $100,000 worth of jewelry and belongings from one person's safe. They were cracking safes on some Ocean's 11.
Randomly?
Bro, just for fun.
What the heck?
So they didn't do it because they needed money. They literally have all the money in the world. They did it because of the thrill. Because it gives them a little bit of a normal life that I guess they were missing, especially because their father. Now, time goes by, they grow up, and they're still under their dad's influence, which they do not like them. And the plot twist later, it's gonna make it understandable. What happens is they get into good schools and they're kind of like,
They're set.
they're set. They're literally set, but it's because their father's pushing them to do all of these things. The family looks so perfect from the outside in.
But what's actually
What happening inside is not good.
What
Because
happened?
one night, both brothers, when their mother wasn't in the house,
Mm-hmm.
they decided to go into their house with a shotgun and murder their father.
Oh, for all the stuff that he did before?
Check this out. It turns out that during their time in school, there was so many things that their father disagreed with them. And he was kind of disappointed in them. They're still not reaching the success he wants to see from them. He threatened to take their names off of his will.
Wow.
And the
Just
theory
that?
I think the speculation is because of that, they decided they want to murder their father.
Yo.
What they did, they went into the house, shotgun, killed the father. They shot him so close that his body obliterated, and
my
it wasn't.
God.
You weren't able to recognize it because it was that much damage.
God.
I think it was the older brother Lyle and another brother Eric. The younger brother Eric was supposed to handle the caretaker in the house, but he couldn't help himself to do it. So Lyle had to end up coming out. She almost got away. She was running away, literally almost out the door.
Shot her too?
He shot her 10 times.
Why?
Killed her and then kept shooting her. They're not right in the head for that moment. Now, check this out. They played it as if a mob went and tried to get revenge on their father for Italian mob business.
Yeah.
When the police came, bro was on the floor crying, bawling their eyes out, telling this story how these people came in and killed everyone. They're like sobbing, hysterically sobbing, curled up in a ball,
Yeah,
like
sick
straight
in the
up.
head.
Now, this is where police got kind of sus about them. It's because after the murder, they took, I think they spent over like $700,000 within like a week after. But they were just throwing parties every single day,
What the heck?
not caring really. They're buying new things. They're buying like new cars, watches. I think one of them bought like 3 Rolexes. And bro, raised some red flags. Why are they just spending all this money? It seems like they don't care. And it gets interesting because one of the brothers attended a therapist. And during his therapy sessions, the therapist said his anxiety right after his parents died raised up insanely, right? Which makes sense. But in his sense, the therapist said, this is a little bit suspicious. I want to keep a better eye on them. Until one day, Eric Menendez, this is literally how it happened. Apparently, one time they were on a walk, a therapist and Eric. And he just posts up on a wall and just goes, we did it. Casually just goes like, yo, we did it. And then tells the therapist every single thing. Please get in, arrest the boys. And yeah, they're trialed for murder. But here's the plot twist.
My God.
And this is what makes it controversial because you're either on one side or the other. And there's a documentary that came out just recently And it's getting so much backlash because it's making the boys look like the villains.
Word.
The villains, right?
Yeah.
Wait, aren't they the villains?
The dad's the villain?
Apparently, their dad used to abuse and SA them since they were children. And there's supposedly like stories of Lyle specifically. He even said it like in the court videos. He would take him in the washroom, like, and he's doing his thing to him, like terrible shit to him, and going, "I do this because I love you. I do this because I." And yo, he said, Lyle said in court, or Lyle said recently, sorry, this was a statement. He would trade his entire defense for a 30-second video of his father saying him, because it was that violent, it was that bad. It's so terrible how he did it to them, and it would change everybody's perspective about the whole thing.
Wow. Yeah, tapes.
No, he's saying if he could have.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The craziest part is though, the mother, and this is what's weird, because people speculate that the mother never wanted to leave the father because
Then it could get worse.
because of his riches. Because it could go, who knows how he would react to the mother leaving, if he's a violent guy, whatever it may be. That's where it is. It's at like you either believe this or you believe that, and it's very, very controversial because it's two crazy sides, right? One side you have the boys being abused, that's why they did it. Other side you have is, are these boys manipulating the whole thing and actually the true villains? But who knows? I'm on both. I literally see both sides.
Yeah, I can.
And the story of them being abused like that, that's messed up, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was watching some of the footage of him talking about how his father essayed him. It's crazy. It's actually so sad.
Damn.
Now, documentary came out and then it made them look like monsters, and everybody on TikTok
Is
like
now on.
bashing it and saying, yo, like these boys need to be free. They need to be free. And like honestly, in my perspective, my opinion, I think they do need to be free.